Good morning, it's Jo here from the York Buddhist Centre. We're going to be doing a loving kindness meditation in about 5 minutes. So, welcome if you've joined on YouTube or Facebook. It's great to see you. I'm going to wait for 5 minutes for others to join us at 7. So, while you're waiting, do settle in, just get yourself comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough. It's a little bit chilly nowadays with autumn coming. And just start to relax. And if you're in a rush, you can always fast forward this first 5 minutes of waiting. Just going to put my chat function on so that I can see when people have arrived, and do say hello if you'd like to. It's really nice to be here this morning after a little break. Eugenio did the meditation last Friday. But yeah, I've been enjoying the morning meditations all week. Hello Sarah, good morning. Sean and Chris, good morning to you. Hello Andrea. I've arranged my sunflowers this morning, just slightly coming over the Buddha, a bit like the looks like he's sitting under the Bodhi tree this morning, but it's a large sunflower. It looks really nice. Popped out to Asda last night to get them. And it's lovely to have some flowers around the house. Finish off my coffee while you just get yourself comfortable and ready for some meditation in a couple of minutes. But I hope you're all well this morning. I'm going to be talking a little bit about nature and wasps in a minute. That's the theme of this week, is wasps. But in a nice way. Don't often talk about wasps in a nice way, do we? Good morning, Isabel. Good to have you here. It's so lovely that the morning meditation gang is still going strong, with occasional new people coming in. Hello Patricia, good morning to you. Just shows how much we just crave interconnectedness, don't we? And contact with a group of people who are like-minded. It's very important to us. So it's 7 o'clock now, so we're going to get started. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jo. I'm a member of the York Sangha, and I'm here on behalf of the York Buddhist Centre this morning doing a loving kindness meditation. So we're going to just enjoy half an hour or so of being together and meditating, and I usually start off with a little reflection and a poem. And this morning I've been thinking this morning about my journey in Buddhism, because I started coming to classes about 3 years ago now, and all the way along I've kept notes in this blue book, so it's really nice to go back sometimes and look at how I was feeling 3 years ago and what I was learning in terms of Buddhism, and often the stuff at the beginning of the book is really great to refresh the basics about what the Buddha's message was really. And as some of you know, there's 5 precepts or training principles that you agree to try to keep when you become a Buddhist. And they're all things that no one could really argue with, in my book anyway. Kindness, generosity, working towards contentment, integrity and honesty, and being more aware and more mindful. So those are the 5 precepts, and the first one, kindness, I guess relates to our meditation this morning, doesn't it? But it's actually, kindness is the general theme of it, but it's actually about interconnectedness and how the Buddha realised that all beings are connected on earth, and if we're kind to other beings, actually we're kind of being kind to ourselves, we're being kind to the universe. And practicing kindness and love, it's a real principle. It's like an unlimited principle that we can choose to practice more and more in our life. And in the book I was reading at the time 3 years ago, it talks about being in the love mode rather than the power mode. So the love mode it's a bit like a shift in our centre of gravity towards truly wishing others well, other beings, including animals, and realising that actually if they're in pain, it's all of our pain, really. It's a kind of a principle that you kind of gradually work towards. And it came into my life a little bit in a practical way this week, because I work in an office on my own. I'm very lucky, and I see patients, so I have to ventilate my office. So I've got to have my windows open quite a lot of the time. And this time of the year in the UK, we get kind of quite drowsy wasps floating around, I guess, before they die, unfortunately. And they can be a bit of a pest because they're not very alert, so they're kind of a bit drowsy, and they come towards you, and it's a bit kind of it can make you tense up a little bit. And 3 years ago I actually had quite a bad wasp phobia, and I couldn't really relax if there was a wasp in the room. I'd have to get it out in some way, and if that meant getting out the wasp spray and killing it, I would have done. And they can give you a nasty sting, wasps. So, let's not beat around the bush. And we're important as well. We are a being on this earth, so we have to look after ourselves as well. But I was just noticing this week, several times during the day, I think about 3 times, a dopey wasp kind of came in through my window and sort of flew around my office as I was working. And I think because I've been meditating and practicing Buddhism for a few years now, I didn't get the fear reaction. I mean, I didn't want it to land on me or particularly come close to me, but I didn't have the fear, and I was able to just wait until it got near the window and then get a big file and just kind of waft it out, and I probably spent about 20 minutes of that day wafting wasps out of the office, which I don't know if my employers would think that was a good use of my time, but yeah, we're just reflecting on the difference to how I would have reacted a few years ago. And yeah, by being kind to all beings in the world, in the universe, including, you know, creatures like wasps who can, you know, sting us and hurt us. We're actually spreading that love mode, and that reaps benefits for us. So over time, I've managed to lose some of the fear. You know, it's just dropped away, and I do instead. I think, oh, I really want to get that wasp out because it doesn't belong in here. You know, it's going to end up just dying in a room, and that's just doesn't seem right for an animal, a being. So there has definitely been a shift in the centre of my gravity, and I hope that reflection maybe helps you today. Maybe you're also quite a long way down that path where the well-being of other beings, humans and animals, means a lot to you, and kind of eclipses some of your fear and upset about yourself and how it affects you. So, yeah. And I found a lovely poem just before we start by Mary Oliver, which is about nature, and she talks about finding some eggs in a nest and just briefly touching the warmth of the nest, and how that is just so wonderful for her. So I think what we'll do is we'll just start getting into our meditation zone, and then when we're fully relaxed, I'll read the short Mary Oliver poem out to you. So, hello to the people who've joined us while I've been talking. Hello, Philippa and Margaret, Meg. I've met Meg, Philippa A and Philippa D, Karen, Sean. Lovely to hear from you, and thanks for your comments, Sean. It sounds like you've been on a similar journey to me, and yeah, that's just great. It's just some more of what this guy gave to us, isn't it? The Buddha and other religious thinkers who've been enlightened through the ages. Okay, so just settling in to our meditation this morning. Just tuning in to your body. Taking a few just deep breaths and letting them go. How are you this morning? How's your body feeling? Positive, negative, or just neutral? All of you is welcome in this meditation. The sleepy parts, the grumpy parts, and the joyful parts. Just accepting what's there this morning for you. Just allowing your busy mind to settle down a little. It might help to close your eyes or focus on a point in front of you. Maybe bring your attention to one part of your body, like your hands. Just tuning into the sensations in your hands. Just connecting to the aliveness that's in your hands. You might feel tingling, warmth. Just connecting with your breath now. When you breathe out, just notice how it naturally relaxes your body. Your shoulders just naturally drop down. Just allowing gravity to hold you and just giving up to gravity. Just letting any tension or holding drop away. Just feeling how the breath moves the outside of your body. The front of your body, the back of your body, even the sides of your body. You're breathing with your whole body. And just as you continue to relax, I'm going to read this short poem which is called "With Thanks to the Field Sparrow, whose voice is so delicate and humble. I do not live happily or comfortably with the cleverness of our times. The talk is all about computers, the news is all about bombs and blood. This morning, in the fresh field, I came upon a hidden nest. It held 4 warm speckled eggs. I touched them, then went away softly, having felt something more wonderful than all the electricity of New York City. This is the loving kindness meditation. And in the first stage, we're going to wish ourselves love. With all our qualities and conditioning, just as we sit here today. We're going to wish ourselves loving kindness. Can you open your heart to yourself? A being living in this world with a tricky mind, a bundle of habits, some of which are useful and helpful, and some of which bring us suffering. A being looking for happiness, looking for contentment in a complex world. Can we wish ourselves well? Maybe we can think of a time that we were kind to another being, human or an animal or an insect. And just really sending yourself some love and good wishes. There is a lot of kindness in the universe, and if we can just accept it and lower our defences, we can maybe imagine it shining on us like a lovely golden sunlight right now. Just looking upon ourselves with a kindly gaze. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. And now we're going to invite a good friend into our meditation. Someone who's been good to us, maybe this week. Just choosing someone that pops into your head. Can we wish this good friend loving kindness this morning? Can we look upon them with a kindly gaze? You might want to picture this person maybe sitting with you this morning, or maybe out in nature with you. Maybe remembering the way they look, the way they smile. Can we open our heart to this friend? Because we know that they live in the same state as us. They have things that are really important to them, that maybe sometimes they cling to a bit too tightly. Relationships that are crucial to them, ideas, goals. And they get blown around by the worldly winds. Sometimes things going well for them, other times disappointments and sadness. And they can feel quite demoralised as a being in this world, just as we can. So can we direct some loving kindness towards them in our imagination this morning? You can do this in your imagination in lots of ways. You could imagine the sunlight falling upon them, just bathing them, the kindness of the universe. Just imagining them relax and feeling a bit happier, more content. genuinely wishing them well. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Just letting the good friend go for now. I want you to think about a relative stranger, someone that you don't know. You see them around, maybe a neighbour that you just don't talk to routinely, someone you just say hello to in passing. And you could even choose someone that you see on the news, maybe a political figure or a leader of some kind. Someone that you maybe just haven't got many feelings at all about because you don't know them as a person. You just invite that person into your meditation. And just checking in on your body, that you haven't tensed up or you're not holding tension anywhere. And if you are, just taking a couple of nice deep breaths and just letting them go. Because it's easy for tension to creep back in. So when we think about this relative stranger, we might not have any feelings about them. But when we think about them now, we know that they're a being. Their life is crucial to them. They have things and people that they're very bonded to. Their happiness is hooked to these people and things and ideas. Maybe their home is really important, or their car. And they're caught up in samsara, just as we all are. Sometimes things going well for them, they're feeling good. But soon enough, things turning and being upsetting or disappointing. And just round and round. So this stranger suffers as we suffer. Can we really direct some loving kindness towards this person this morning? Maybe imagining directing some light towards them. Just imagining them relaxing feeling comforted by the kindness. Can we open our heart just a little bit to this stranger? And as you connect with the kindness within you, you might start to feel a warmth in the centre of your chest, the heart centre, just behind your lower rib cage, in the centre of your body. Just be open to any sensations that might arise in that area as you connect with your natural sense of love and kindness. And if you can feel anything there, just enjoying that feeling. Just lightly paying attention to it. Just enjoying that feeling of love for other people and for yourself. Now we're going to really wish the stranger well, genuinely, with these words. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And now we're going to turn our thoughts to someone that we find it quite difficult to be around. Maybe someone that frustrates or irritates you, just doesn't quite gel with you and your outlook on things. And just bring that person into your meditation. Just coming back to the breath if you feel that you're tensing up. Because this person is tricky for you to be around. But just for the next few minutes, we're going to see if we can direct some loving kindness towards this being. Because as we gaze on them in our imagination, we can probably already sense that they struggle very much like we struggle in day-to-day life. They have things that they're trying to achieve, people that are so important to them. And maybe they're stuck in the power mode where they feel that they have to try and control things. And they suffer as a result of that, because that doesn't work. Can we look upon this person with a kindly gaze, knowing that as a human they will face things going wrong. They will grow old as we will, experience illness and discomfort. And this will probably cause them some suffering as their life changes, as it inevitably will. As impermanence has its effect. So can we open our heart to them, even just a little bit this morning, and wish them well. Maybe imagining some sunlight falling upon them, just helping them feel a bit lighter, a bit more connected. And practicing directing kindness towards them, even though they are someone that causes us some difficulty. Genuinely wishing them well. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And just in the final stage of our meditation this morning, just noticing any feelings of love and kindness that might have built up within our chest as we've done the Metta Bhavana. And wondering how far we can extend the love and the kindness out into the world. Maybe you can imagine the kindness spreading through your house, through your street, right across the town and the village that you live in. Wishing everybody well, the humans, the animals, the insects, the water creatures. How far can you spread that loving kindness? May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. Just enjoying that for a minute or two. Just relaxing into it. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. I'm just going to finish by just rereading that short poem by Mary Oliver, and then just wish you well with your day ahead. I do not live happily or comfortably with the cleverness of our times. The talk is all about computers. The news is all about bombs and blood. This morning in the fresh field, I came upon a hidden nest. It held 4 warm speckled eggs. I touched them, then went away softly, having felt something more wonderful than all the electricity of New York City. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, extending love to all creatures today, humans or insects or birds, whichever creatures you come across. And by doing that, we help everybody, including ourselves. We're all interconnected. So it's been lovely to connect to you this morning. Hello, Sangha K2, good to see you. And yeah, have a lovely weekend, all of you. And I'll see you next Friday. And do join us for the 7 o'clock meditations every weekday. We're back on Monday with Alex from Sheffield, who's doing some fantastic meditations. And yeah, through the week. And yeah, go well. See you next week. Bye.